Hello, everyone. It's me, Anna Marie. It's so nice to be back, taking a moment to chit chat with you guys, give you a little bit of some insights, and just update you on life in general. So, I've been going through a very weird phase, and I really can't explain it. Um, I used to be able to just post and post and post, and I was inspired, and I'd get out there and share about my life. And I'll get the inspiration, but then I won't follow through with it. I'll think to myself, gosh, I've got to share this with people. And then I don't. So I've been going through some sort of little creative funk for a little while. But I'm taking the opportunity right now to come on and maintain this relationship that I've developed over the course of these many years. So I've been on a couple of podcasts recently. I'll put the links below in this video. One was with a fellow that I met through TikTok, and it turns out that we had a very strong connection beforehand that we didn't know about, which goes to show that everything is divinely orchestrated. And on another one with Mike Knopf that I met at the Full Disclosure Now conference. And I got to talk a little bit about my early paranormal experiences when I was a kid and a younger woman. And so that was kind of fun. I'd love to continue talking about that part of my life, but yeah, if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. So yes, here in not so sunny Florida today, um, life is moving on. As you know, my mother is 99 and a half years old. As of the 24th of August, she will be 99 and a half. Yeah, it's true. So in 2 days. So today is the 22nd. So in 2 days. Um, so yeah, she's doing very well. I have no complaints. I really don't. Um, my health has been like kind of up and down. I have been navigating this situation with my thyroid for a couple of years now. And for the most part, I'm doing really, really well. I just want to feel great all the time. And I started taking a new kind of supplement because the thyroid and the liver have a very strong connection. And so, if I'm detoxifying the liver, supporting the liver, the thyroid and all the other endocrine glands should be supported as well. And I began to take this supplement, and the dose was like 10 pumps, which is a lot. Well, whatever, it's the dose. And boy, it put me flat. I was very ill for a couple of days. And when I realized it was because of this new supplement, then I stopped taking it. You guys know that I work with my pendulum, and I work with it very intimately all the time for a lot of reasons. And so, what did it tell me? It told me, number one, that the supplement was good for me. I never asked it if I should do the full 10 dose. I just followed directions. So now I started out taking 2 pumps and I feel good. Now they've upped me to 3 pumps and I feel good. So, in communication with my pendulum, that's how I navigate all of my medicines and my supplements. I do it every week whenever I fill in my supplement, my little daily pill containers, vitamin containers. That's how I do it. And I've been navigating this pretty well. The other day, though, when I was feeling really, really, really bad, I kind of get caught up in my words. And I don't know about you guys, but I've heard it so many times, you know, in manifestation, And reading, actually, I'm reading also, besides A Course in Miracles, I'm reading Conversations with God. And in Conversations with God, God makes it very clear that he wants what we want. So whenever we say the words I am, we are sending up a signal. We're saying something to the universe. I am, okay? So the other day, I was feeling like crap, like garbage, really awful. Like I was feeling really awful. And I wanted to honor my desire to complain. You know, I mean, how much can we stop ourselves from complaining? Like it's natural. God, I feel like garbage right now. Whoops. Oh no, I said I feel like garbage. So I was just thinking to myself, how can I acknowledge the fact that I am not feeling that great? And it came to me, you can say, oh gosh, I have felt really vital before, and I'm going to feel vital and healthy again. And so, in a statement like that, which is a truism, you can apply it to anything out there and it will stick. Hey, I used to drive, I've been driving before and I will be driving again, implying that right now you're not driving. So, I have felt good before and I will feel good again. And in that way, you're acknowledging without saying so much, God, I feel like crap. But you can express yourself and say that. So I really wanted to share that with you guys so that the next time you're in a really crappy situation, instead of being in the crap, you can say to yourself, you know what? I have not been in a crappy situation before, and I will not be in this crappy situation again. And it acknowledges the fact that life is cyclical, that we have the ups and we have the downs, and it comes up and it comes down. So in my ascension teachings, one of the things that, that I have talked about and was about the fact that we generate our own reality based on our beliefs. And I have given up uh, a life in New York. I have consciously given up a life in New York, a home in New York, so that I can come here and be there for my mom in her late years, doing something that I think is fair. But I'll tell you, it's not easy. So it has not been that easy. The lifestyle change that I have chosen. And it was making me very down. It was making me, and I think it's natural for us humans to kind of dream about what we had and miss what we had before, especially when we don't have it. Again, life is temporary and it's cyclical. I can use that thing that saying about my health for this situation. I had wealth and independence before, and I'm going to have wealth and independence again, And really, the wealth problem is not the issue. It's really the independence that I desire to do what I want, right? I want to go live where I want. I want to go eat what I want. I want to sleep when I want. I want to not sleep when I want. Watch TV when I want. Watch anything that I want to watch. So it hasn't been easy. And I got down, let myself go into a darker place yesterday. And I had a friend, a childhood friend that I grew up with, who's also Maltese. And she found me on Facebook or on YouTube. She's been listening to my work and she's back in my life, accepting me as I am and my my new thoughts and my, the work that I do, which is far different than the Catholic girl I was when I was a little girl. And so I've had three big loves in my life. I've had my last relationship, I had my ex-husband, and I had my first love. And my first love um, was a boy that I met when I was in Malta, and we hit it off. I prayed for him. He came to me, and we had a 2-year relationship. Unfortunately, we were only together for 2 weeks, and then I had to go back and continue high school. And it didn't last. We wrote to each other and we wanted to get married. I mean, it was like a big thing. And he was also a musician and became kind of a popular local artist. And I guess he was on television recently, and she saw him and took some screenshots of her television. And she's like, look who I saw on TV. And she sent them to me. And I looked at it and I started laughing. I thought it was hilarious. And I was like, yeah, he was. She's like, I remember you speaking about him. I was like, yeah, he was my first love. And what's really super interesting is that all of the big loves in my life, all three were Geminis. And it was like after, I think, either while I was still dating my ex-boyfriend, or I don't remember, but I said, curious. I swore off Geminis. I actually had a Gemini lover. Ooh, he was fun. Um, so like all of my big relationships were Gemini. And I remember, just for shits and giggles, I was like, let me go on Facebook and see when he was born. And wouldn't you know it, he's a June baby. It's like, no. Any astrologers out there that want to look into why I decided to bring Geminis into my life? Ugh, that would be an interesting card pull, or an interesting astrology reading. Why would that be? Anyway, so I sent her a message. She's like, oh, did I upset you? I didn't mean to upset you. And I was like, oh, I sent her a voice message. I was like, no, please don't think that. You didn't upset me at all. Um, it's just interesting how that came up. And we went back and forth, and I started, I kind of like released a little bit with her. I was like, I'm just so lonely. I was just like, wow, I just am feeling so lonely. Um, and I was like, I really don't want to be alone. And anyway, it was just a sweet interaction. And again, what did I do? I created a situation, or the universe allowed me to revisit my own mind. And spirit is very, very, very clear, has always been so, so, so clear with the fact that we may seem to be alone, but the truth is we are not alone. We have such love on the other side, just on the other side of the veil, that we are unable to see or comprehend unless we cultivate that skill within us, that ability to listen, that ability to just tune in and allow for the love to come from the angels, from God's source, from our ancestors, from our pets. I mean, I'm dog sitting the cutest little chihuahua, and I'm like, see, I'm not alone. This is love too. I'm feeling love. And boy, oh boy, are we programmed to want romantic love. We are programmed for that. I think it's just our nature. It's our programming too. So it was just very interesting. And I just want to shout out to Jennifer and say how much I love you. I'm so excited and happy that you're in my life. And thank you for being there for me. You are a love, a dear, dear, dear love. So she said to me, well, can't someone like look for you and see if there's somebody in the future? And I was like, oh, yeah, somebody did do that for me. So I pulled out the reading I had with another new friend, Allison, who is a tarot reader, and boy, she's doing some great work here on YouTube. I'll put her link down below as well. And she did give me a very interesting reading on that subject. So I still have lots to look forward to. Let's just put it that way. So anyway, things that I'm working on. I am working on a book. And writing is very interesting. I love to write. I really do. I love to write. I have journals upon journals of writing. But I'm working on a book from Catholicism to spirituality, my journey from Jesus to Jesus. I like that title. I'm feeling some nudging going on. So I am working on that. The interview that I had with Jake, he said to me, boy, people are thirsty for that information. So it really prompted me to get busy and start writing that. So yeah, I'm excited about that. And like everything as well, my practice is going well. It was a summer slowdown, which I'm surprised. If you're still here, let me know, and I will send you a code for 10% off all of my services on my website. And yeah, just leave me a message, a comment, or send me an email at ammhypnotherapy@gmail.com. And I will give you that code because it is good to have. Yeah, so things are moving on. Like I said, I've just been a little weird in what I'm putting out, but beautiful things are coming in every day. And I've shared a couple of beautiful things with you today. And that's that. So I'd like to close out today with a message from Spirit. And here we go. Well, I'm that one you know as Jesus. I love you. We love you. All of us do here in spirit. Those of us that dwell in the light and the love of the one infinite creator, whether we are former human or non-human, whether we are angelic or extraterrestrial, frequency, embodied, or light. We are here to support humanity. We are here in love. And yes, you forget and you look for love in all the wrong places, as that song suggests. But it's true. It is so very, very, very true. You are deeply, deeply loved. You are deeply, deeply, deeply encouraged to seek within, to seek ye first the peace and the love that dwells within your heart, to love yourselves intently. And by loving, we do not mean to fool yourself. By loving, we mean seek truth, seek peace. What is your truth? Do you even know what you desire? Do you even do you even observe the lessons that you are receiving every day? Do you feel the differences between the hurts and the feelings of love? Dear beautiful ones, you have been designed, socially engineered to wallow. You have been encouraged to pout. And then to counteract that contrast, you have been socially engineered to seek superficial and surface pleasures instead of seeking deep peace. Why? Because it's more fun. YOLO. You only live once, which is a lie. You know that you do not live just once. And so, dear beautiful ones, we encourage you to observe, observe, observe yourselves. It is not easy to look at yourselves in the mirror and to see the flaws. It is not easy to ask yourself, why am I doing this? And we wish to acknowledge what this dear being has brought to the surface, that sometimes you just need to get it out. And believe us when we say it is better to get it out than it is to keep it within. Emotions generate energy. They are energy, energy in motion, emotion. Now, when that emotion is negative, it is not beneficial to stop it, because what happens, that energy gets bottled up. That energy is invalidated and it is repressed, which will only result in some eruption somewhere within your entire energy system, whether it be a physical ailment, whether it be an emotional outburst, a fit of anger or rage. Dear beautiful ones, if you are hurting, you are allowed to feel that hurt. If you feel lonely, yes, you are allowed to feel lonely, but you're not allowed to dwell in the loneliness. Let us rephrase that. It is not recommended that you dwell in the loneliness. Your loneliness is there to show you that you are off track. Your loneliness is there to show you you are mistaken. You merely have an error in your mind. And that is why it is important to really observe you, your actions, your reactions, and ask yourself why. Is it true? Question yourselves, beautiful ones, and seek ye first the peace and the kingdom of God that dwells within all of you. That is your true compass north. Feel that love. Ask for it and you shall receive it. But dear ones, you also want things in a way that you want them. Our dear one wants to receive love in the form of another man in her life. We are not saying this is so, but what if that is not her path? It is much better to acknowledge, today I'm feeling a little lonely. Bring me something to heal that loneliness. And in this dear one's case, her prayers were answered with a little dog. And you can always, always, always do things that make you happy. Do creative exercises that bring you satisfaction, that connect you with your creative nature, your creative being, your God self, if you will. You are not the creator, but like me, another human, I created my reality, and you create your world. And it is not what comes at you, but how you react to it that really matters. Now, in my life, what came to me ultimately was death. But that didn't stop me, did it? It's not what comes at you, it's how you react to it. So, dear beautiful ones, we love you. We are always, always here for you. Bring to yourself the unshakable knowledge that with God, nothing is impossible. We love you. Oh, thank you, Jesus. That was beautiful. Whew. I did have a couple hypnotherapy sessions, which were really great. I had a hypnotherapy session. What did I have? A breathwork session? Yeah, I had a breathwork session the other day. And listen, I wouldn't be doing this work if I didn't believe in it 100%. Because I was panicking about my mother's death. Why am I panicking about my mother's death? I know she's going to tell she could die any second, statistically speaking. And I did a breathwork session, and it was a traumatic childhood memory that made me fear my mother's death. So you never know. You really never know what's going on until you heal your mind. And have I talked to you about that? Heal your mind, heal the world. I have a campaign I don't know what to do with. Another inspiration. Heal your mind and heal the world. Because truly, that's how we're going to shift this earth plane, is by each and every one of us doing the work it takes to heal our own minds. So yeah, I had that one hypnotherapy session, and then I had my first QHHT session where I did see two different lives. One life I was like a warrior, some sort of Nordic, I don't know, warrior. I had like a helmet with those things that come down on your face, and a friend of mine from New York was there with me. I need to reach out to her and tell her about that. And then I was like a little house on the prairie woman. And yeah, my friend Sherry Oler, who is a beautiful Course in Miracles teacher, she did that session for me, and it was very enlightening. Oh, and one of the things that session said, that when I talked to it about it with my son, he was like, "Wow, Mom, I really like that." It's that our deceased loved ones, which goes back to what we were talking about never really being alone. They are more intimate with us. They are intimate with us like our undergarments. They are as close to us intimately in that form of being transitioned into, out of body into spirit again. They're closer to us than the clothes that we wear, which I thought was just so beautiful. And God too, God too. And the one thing about that life that was so beautiful is that everything, she never complained. She never complained. She had lost her first husband very young, and she had like three little girls. And she wasn't panicking. She wasn't in grieving because her faith. And I think she was she was very spiritual. It was like her whole life. I think she was like religious, a Mennonite or something like that, because I saw her with a little bonnet. But it was kind of like, no, if it was time for my husband to die, it was time for my husband to die. I'm not going to worry about it because I know that God, I trust in God, all of my trust in God, which, wow, has been such a message for me that I need to return to and just let go and let God and offer this up again and again and again. Boy, we humans, gosh, we're so stubborn, aren't we? All right, I will stop my rambling. I love you all. I hope you make it to the end. Contact me for the code for 10% off my services for this month in August. I love you. Bye.